Previously on CSI Mwangi Expanse.
That's the last thing I want to see is a dead monkey on the floor.
Those 2 days to retirement.
And my partner tells me that you have some information on this monkey killer.
This sounds like our killer. A bow and arrow on him.
You two ghosts have been very helpful.
That monkey killer got away with it. Jack!
What is it, Mac? I'm gonna throw all the books at him.
Jimmy, watch out behind you.
Oh my God!
Behind you. What's that slow move? Shoot it, Jimmy, shoot it!
No.
It's time to burn the book.
No.
You two are off the case!
No.
You can take our badges and not guns.
You'll never take our freedom. No. Say hi to your mom for me.
Yeah.
Your mom.
You leave my mom out of this.
No. No. I gotta call Mac. It's time to stop monkeying around and get back on the case.
Won't get food again.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Have you heard of the slithering?
Better than whatever trying to use it would end up in, I imagine.
I didn't say I wanted to try and use it.
Are you for hire?
Hey?
Yes. Throat slash. Tell me how Edie dies. As the light washes over you and then washes out all over Kibwe, there is only the shattered remains of the Cursebreaker, and in the middle of it, 2 crystal shards.
The adventure continues now.
We are rolling.
Okay, I've got something very interesting. I want to. Not only is this show 200 episodes long, not only has this show spanned 2 game systems, not only has this show been going for 4 years, this podcast, has now spanned 2 entire eras. We are out of the Elizabethan era, and we are into a whole new, the Chucky era, I guess.
The Chucky
era. How many podcasts have done that?
I thought it was going to be the Charleston era.
No,
We're all going to dance around like crazies.
The era of the Charleston. We've managed it. How many podcasts can say you've done that? Have you done that? Louis Theroux's Grounded? No. How's the Elizabethan era? Have you done that? Kermode and Mayo's film review? No. I mean, they made a new one, but
yeah. I mean, a lot of people have given up and made new ones.
Yeah. Have you done that?
Serial?
Serial? Have you made it? Actually, yeah, they made a new one recently because Adnan got released. But nonetheless, we have crossed 2 eras. We are still here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast, episode 201.
Hooray!
So how about that new Tolkien show? I told you I'd get back to it.
I don't want to talk about that. Let's.
I'm not interested.
That's a joke there.
The guys were so excitedly wanted to talk about elves beforehand. I was like, please, can we just do a proper opening? Because it's our 201st episode. They're going to have loads of new people. Let's just start the episode. But now I'm very happy to. There's loads of new shows out. There's loads of new shows that people have been watching.
Yes.
Some of them are good. Some of them are okay. And I'm happy to talk about the Tolkien one, the Elfie thing, because that's the only one I've actually watched. I've watched a little bit of that because people have been saying, people are like, oh, the new Game of Thronesy thing is really, really good. You should watch that. It's really harrowing and really difficult to watch, and you'll feel awful, but it's very good. And I'm like, I'm
not sure. I'm not sure if that's it. They've just gone like, hey, I feel like we got a bit soft at the end of Game of Thrones, guys.
Right.
Remember the beginning of Game of Thrones when a kid got pushed out of a window and there was lots of sodomy and incest and you just saw everyone's tits all the time. Let's go back to that because I think we've lost our way a bit. So it's just like
I've seen all the episodes. They're not that good. Like they're not as
you see a man get his penis taken off, and then you see the penis.
Spoilers. Nobody's seen this.
Nobody's seen this.
Nobody's seen it. I haven't seen it.
I haven't even seen it. And I've watched them all.
Right.
Mate,
in that case,
if you're
forget I said anything. It's great. Make your own decision.
If you're thinking about watching a Game of Thrones show and thinking you probably won't see a penis, then you are in for a shock.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one of the main criticisms I've heard about it is it's full of stars. So like when they brought out Game of Thrones, it was full of people who were unknown You know what I mean? And what they've made the mistake of is just filling it full of people that you know now. Do you know what I mean? It would have been nice to have a cast full of people that you didn't know, like they've done with the Lord of the Rings series. A lot of people you've never seen before. They are relatively unknown actors, which I think is a good thing for a project like of that scale to do.
I really like that show because it's perfect. I find it's the perfect kind of show because I don't really massively follow what is going on, but all the time there's sort of music being like na, 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 na.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everyone's talking really softly, and it's just,
And every now and then something goes like, and you go, whoa.
moderate doom.
I think there's some genuine scary moments in it, actually. Some genuine scary moments in it.
It's a lot of setup. It's a lot of the episodes are very slow.
That
it's
is Tolkien.
Yeah, it's literally like, we're alluding to this. You'll see this maybe in season 5.
I think that it's difficult, isn't it? Because there's obviously it's like with Lucas and Star Wars and Tolkien. He deliberately skipped to the action bit, the bit where Sauron is back, and the ring wraiths are out and about, and the ring is on its journey. Not the prequel where it's just like, ooh, apparently in a few thousand years something's going to happen. You're like, I skipped over that bit because nothing's really going on.
In the books, as soon as they find out that Frodo has the ring, the first thing he does is buy a new house, and then they all move in and live there for like a year. It's like The Sims for a whole year.
There's a lot of singing in those books, isn't there? Jeez, nobody's turned the timer, by the way.
And he gives no.
It's too late now, mate.
Too late now. We've gone. We're going beyond. Right. Stop it.
Why didn't you turn that?
Cut it. Get rid of it. We'll do it again.
Start again, everyone.
Start again. We're going back.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to episode 1.
I thought you actually cut it then.
Oh, did you?
Motherfuckers.
We should
doing a bit.
We should clear this up before we dive into anything. For those of you who are not on our Patreon or on our Discord, yes, Scott is not here right now. Scott has been cast in the Guardians of the Galaxy immersive show. It's an amazing show. It's really, really good.
I saw him in it.
Did you?
He's in his element. He's doing weird stuff, talking to people. He loves it.
Fantastic. And it's a proper good part as well. So he's very busy with that. So he is out for a little while. Don't worry, he is not leaving the show as far as we know.
But anyone who lives, close enough to London should go and see it.
Absolutely.
Go see him.
Oh, I thought you were.
Go and see him.
I was going to say we are going to recast him and re-audition him. So anyone that wants to re-audition, please let us know on our Discord.
Do they have to be Caragor, or can they make their own character?
Yeah.
Well, but I think based on what Colin said, we need to get a star in. We need to get a known name, at least 1 million followers on Twitter.
Sean Bean.
Oh, Sean Bean. Yeah, he'd be dead by the first episode.
He was in it, wasn't he? Sean Bean.
Sean Bean was in the show for a while.
And the other, what's his name? The king.
Actually, weirdly,
there was a few
Sean Bean was in both Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, wasn't he? Yeah.
And the Danger Club podcast.
And died in both.
It's been by this point. I've lost track of who's been in this show by this point.
Yeah.
Sean Bean played MZ.
Did he?
How did that happen? Bob has been in it from the start. You just didn't notice.
Does explain the sudden death.
Exactly.
Who would you get Sean Bean in to play in the televised version? It would be MZ.
Yeah, it's the first death,
MZ, wouldn't he?
Probably, yeah.
And he's got that.
But he'll have to die in the first episode.
It would have taken the twist out of it, though. As soon as he'd be like,
it would have been like,
I'm MZ. Oh, he's dead.
How pissed off would you be if you're Sean Bean and you're in this show doing an MZ sort of breathy voice, and you've got someone playing Caragor next to you doing a Sean Bean voice?
And the person playing Caragor is like the guy playing Elrond in the new.
Who's going to play Kaplan?
Kaplan.
Can't cast.
Who's going to play Kaplan?
Our old friend Sam. He loves cats. He was
we could get him in.
He loves American.
I mean, we haven't spoken to him.
This isn't.
We haven't spoken to him for a long time.
And he doesn't listen to this, and nobody knows who he is.
I don't know.
This is a real in-joke here. Only the 5 people around this table
need to get a star.
That's to play Kaplan. He's a bit of an unknown.
Is the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch still about?
I reckon
probably get them for quite cheap.
I'm not sure the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch was about when Sabrina the Teenage Witch was being filmed. To be honest,
it's a bit of a tongue twister there.
How many cats you nearly called
Sabrina's Teenage Witch?
For years, I have mocked Scott for doing a vocal warm-up before we do shows, but perhaps there was something we could have learned there.
Or we could get the cat from Hocus Pocus. I recently watched that.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
What about one of the Aristocrats?
Yeah.
One of the animated
the
ones.
Aristocats, yeah.
One of the Aristocats. Let's get
Just going through famous cats now.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did a good job with the recent film adaptation of Cats themselves, so you could get some CGI.
James Corden.
Yeah, James Corden. Yeah. And he would die in the first episode. Live on air.
You can't kill Kaplan.
No.
Can't kill Kaplan.
Can't kill Kaplan.
So whoever we cast as Kaplan, we'll have to really, really like them.
Yeah.
I think, won't we?
It's got to be Kaplan.
So we're...
It's your first episode. Kaplan is my cat, by the way.
himself.
Yeah. I can see a lot of people shaking their heads being like, who
the fuck are they talking about?
yeah.
Sorry, it's only because he's in my eye line. Go on.
So we played evil characters.
We did.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Danger. So we will try and catch you up. It's been 6 weeks since the actual main Danger Club characters have been in it. We had our Stu Jackson episodes, which did have them in, but was kind of a different timeline. And then we went to very much the darkest timeline with our evil characters. How did that make everybody feel?
I enjoyed it.
Man.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was nice.
I was on my way here thinking, oh, am I going to get to do more stuffy stuff? I was like, oh no. No, I don't think I am. I think we finished the stuffy stuff. Did we finish the stuffy stuff? I think we finished the stuffy stuff.
I like Skelly. I thought Skelly was fun to play.
Yeah.
It was cool, man.
Yeah.
And the art that we got was really cool.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, man.
Robin Guyver, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, mate.
Big up.
Robin
Thank you
Guyver's
very much.
been doing the Where's Wally thing as well.
He's
isn't
working
he?
on a really, really good Wandering Market.
Am I allowed to say that? Is that a spoiler?
No, you are. It has been announced by
so
this
good.
point.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we are playing the Harrowing next at some point when we get to it. You know how there's always a little bit of a transition phase for this podcast, getting for one, especially when we vote for a game. Adventure which is set on the other side of the world to where we currently are.
That was it's been ages since we did a vote for the next module, isn't it?
We did, because we didn't do a vote for the Slithering, because it was
Yeah.
just like literally as it came up, a PF2 module at exactly the right level.
Oh, yeah.
Came up, and they were releasing all of the Mwangi Expand stuff at the same time, and it was like, yes, we need to do that tie-in, and play with all new toys. But yeah, we're going back to our origins. We're going back where it began somehow. I'm going to steer this ship somehow here. Do we remember where we were? How much do we remember about where we were when we left off?
Well, I remember
from the last game.
From the last game
with the
these
main- with the
these
main
characters in episode 200 and no fucking hell.
1999.
199.
I don't.
I remember the temple, and I remember Fulton and Ross as a player actively trying to sabotage the entire conclusion of the quest by deliberately not saying things and being like, I have no idea what's going on there. I'm not going to tell anybody. Oh, it's looking like it's going to explode. Everything's fine. And I was like,
was I there?
I can't even remember.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, because you were downstairs.
I was.
Do you remember there was a lot of running?
yeah.
We were running up and down the stairs. Do you remember?
It was
There was
really
it was so Danger Club. We had to kind of basically.
Oh, was there like an
the sun thing?
Yeah,
we had
and
to
Velda lost his temper and ran downstairs.
And I had to keep going, no, you have to do the other one. And then press
Fulton was putting a head on the target and then pressing the buttons, and then it was on the wrong target, so I'd have to bring it upstairs again, and then the code
I kind of remember something about that.
the Keymaster.
But
and
we
the
haven't
Gatekeeper,
actually-
and there was 2 dogs, and then the Ghostbusters came. It was fun.
We pushed it, but we actually haven't seen any of the town yet, have we?
We haven't been back into the town.
Oh,
No, not in the city.
So if we pick up where we left off, we're going to literally be like,
We're in the temple of
So we're in the temple.
So we literally
Now.
left it as us in the temple.
I think
Yeah.
we
So we
pushed
don't
That's
it.
know
why I
if
can't
it's
remember.
worked.
Caragor's been obliterated by the sun.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to him. He's just like in Indiana Jones. He's just stuck into the wall.
Yeah. Everyone's like,
Indiana
that's true.
Jones.
In the Last Crusade.
When he gets hit with a nuclear bomb and is reduced to a shadow against the wall. It's the
I remember.
Or he drinks from the cup.
Sorry, I thought you were. It was Harrison Ford, and the carbonite thing in a wall. That was what I thought. I was getting mixed up.
You're getting your franchises mixed up there.
Man, my franchises are all in a squiff, mate.
What should we
Well, mate,
venture?
Carbonite.
Should we dip our toes back into this world and see what we can remember?
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
So, Zangelings, if you're not sure where we're up to, go and listen to all 100 and something episodes of The Slithering. And come back.
There's already been massive spoilers if you haven't listened.
We'll wait.
We will. So you went into the Archive of the Sun on the trail of Edie, having found out that Edie had set a trap for you in there. Edie had taken it over along with a bunch of mercenaries from the Aspis Consortium that she had seemingly allured with her alluring powers and got to come and protect it. You burst in with the Cursebreaker. The Cursebreaker laid waste to so many of them, and then you fought the rest of them. The Cursebreaker got broken into bits. You went upstairs. You finally had a showdown with Edie. You fought Edie and her guards. There was a wall of thorns, which helped somewhat. There was a raging battle, and finally, close to death, all of you pretty much, probably apart from Bubba. Bubba always seems to come out of this with just a ton of hit points.
Yeah, I've got loads of hit points. Full hit points, Bubba.
Oh, it's good to be the bard, innit? Gets out the back. You managed to take her down. You dropped her. You put the remains of the Cursebreaker on the plinth. You ran up and down the stairs a dozen times. Fulton faked his own death 3 times.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
You finally removed the battery from the sun symbol, pressed all the buttons, recharged the plinth. The statue of the Cursebreaker reformed on the plinth in front of you, shuddered for a moment, and then exploded into shattered pieces. There was a wave of energy that burst out from it, flooded the whole room, and then flooded out beyond it. All of you were healed back up to full hit points. If you
I did think that. I checked my sheet to be like, how dead am I? Oh.
No. You were at the end of the battle almost dead, but yes, after the Cursebreaker was restored, it healed everyone back to full.
Good.
Because there's going to be another boss fight.
Yeah, right. Surprise! 201, motherfuckers.
And Caragor stopped being a little lemur.
Caragor was not a lemur. Hasn't been a lemur for like 20 episodes.
Oh, really?
Caragor was.
Oh, because that was the first time we did the Cursebreaker, wasn't it?
Back in Holy Zatrumba, when you first met the Cursebreaker, it delemified Caragor.
Imagine we had a lemur Caragor.
Water that time.
You did a wall of water.
Yeah, thorns this time. The water was kind of effective. The thorns, meh.
I mean, it got in our way.
Imagine Carolina had been there for the last 20 episodes.
Oh God!
Yeah,
it was good content, and it was quite entertaining. But I was uncertain as to how much Scott was genuinely into it, and I was unwilling to take the risk of leaving him as a lemur for 20 episodes if he was going to get pissed about it. So we were like, have him back.
Although all that practice as a lemur is why he got cast as Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Tweet us, Scott.
Hey,
joins the list.
I mean, alternatively, Scott has already tweeted us a few times. So if the rest of you who have not retweeted this week's episode tweet could do that, cracking.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Cool.
And Dangerlings, go and retweet us. That'd be really nice. Yeah,
spread the word.
So the statue collapsed into a pile of just tiny pebbles, having discharged its magic, and lying where its eyes were amidst it were 2 reflective crystal shards. There is the body of Edie lying on the floor, along with the dead guards. The wall of thorns now has collapsed. And all of you are just kind of picking yourselves up off the ground, as you've been knocked prone by the wave of energy, and we'll pick it up there, shall we?
I feel pretty good.
Just settling into my voice there. I was just a bit weird.
It's probably the healing energy just knocked your vocal cords slightly out of sync.
It's almost like I've been someone else for the last few weeks.
Yes.
I do feel a little bit like I need to shake something off, or maybe shake myself out, or maybe Caragor.
Caragor,
where are you?
I think I saw him running over there to take a shit.
Yeah, Caragor's like he's not literally been teleported about. Caragor. We are going to write him out in a in a proper way.
John, we've literally done this for years.
Yeah.
Like they are there, but not.
I know, it's usually me. So that's why I'm so confused, you see.
There's going to be a lot of alone.
What?
There's going to be
This is my... Oh...
There's going to be a lot of alone time with Caragor and Shania. Like,
I feel like they're going to be a bit strange.
a lot of
surely.
cutaway scenes.
Yeah, you could draw all over his face.
What?
You could draw on his face, and he can't do that.
I can draw on... Oh, Caragor.
He's just going
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
All right, Bubba would like to go and search Edie's body and also tie her up. Because I don't know if that's going to work. She's quite magical, isn't she? She's still alive, though, right?
Do you want to go and... which bit of her would you like to tie up?
Has she been splattered all over the place?
She is scattered all over the room from where she exploded from Shania's lightning bolt.
Just a general area where she was.
Just tie two arms together.
Bubba walks across the room and picks up one of Edie's hands, walks to the other side, picks up the other one, and then ties them together.
Well, give Edie a hand.
yeah.
Look, it's a bit dark.
Meanwhile, again, forgetting who I am, Velda would like to go and inspect what's left of the Cursebreaker and just curious as to what just occurred.
Okay.
Velda, look. There's the shards. The shards are there. There's two, though. We only had one. This is an extra shard.
These are different. I'd like to pick up the shards.
As you are, as you're looking at them, you're picking. You sort of pick the two of them up and stare at them, and you just feel a wave of power through you as you pick the pair.
Do you feel the power?
How do you know this? You're literally metagaming. Stop it.
I felt it too.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You'll feel it now when I stabbed them in your face. Right.
He's getting a bit
angry.
He's getting
Right,
angry.
time to put these in my bag, I think.
You
I think this is part of his arc.
You take a look.
It's part of the curse break, actually.
You take a look in them as you're picking them up. You look at them. You see a reflection of Velda. You see a reflection of Velda in a possible future. James, do you want to tell us what the possible future looks like? This is not a foretold future. This is one of many strands that could come to be. What is looking back at Velda?
Looking back at Velda is an older version of Velda. His beard is slightly longer, shot with white sort of things. Probably about 20 years older, I'd say, sort of 15, 20 years older. And he's wearing the same sort of clothes, but much better dressed. Looks pretty fancy, pretty. And there's sort of, the lines. He's aged all right.
Nice.
Although he does look a bit haunted.
The reflection of a skeleton comes into the mirror next to you, goes, "Master, as you were commanded, they have destroyed the town." You look at...
Be quiet, Bonesy.
As you do, you just feel sort of a prickle on the back of your neck, the sense of magic. As Bubba, as you're investigating Edie's body, you find, along with her own things, there is a familiar-looking, meaty-smelling bag slung over her shoulder, as you recognise Fulton's old backpack. And as you open it, amidst several packets of wrapped meats of different types and some cheeses, there is Fulton's original shard.
Okay, I look into the shard.
You look into the shard. What does Bubba see within the shard?
Bubba sees a quite very similar looking, but his eyes are kind of almost glazed over in a kind of magical way. Right, and he's got big ethereal wings, and he's floating above the ground. Looking very powerful.
Do me.
Oh no!
He stares at it for a good while,
Yeah.
until someone mentions his name.
Bubba.
Yeah.
What
and
are
he
you
puts
doing?
it back in the bag. Nothing, just getting a bit of meat out. Just going to put this backpack on my back. It's your backpack though, isn't it?
Aye.
Starts putting the backpack on his back.
Okay.
But then sort of takes it off and goes, "There you go,
Oh, thanks,
mate."
Bubba,
Takes it.
Yeah.
in his hand.
is the shard still in there?
I'll look.
Oh, I didn't see.
Well, can we check to see if the shard's in there?
Oh,
yeah,
you don't
good
need-
idea.
We're in a lot of trouble.
Bubba
Let's
doesn't.
check if the shard is in there.
Bubba doesn't know why he lied about that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Bubba.
The shard is still in your pocket.
I open my backpack and look through my backpack
you
to
look
see if I
through-
can find the shard.
Colin, is the shard still in there?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have it. Bubba didn't
That's
take
fine.
it.
The shard is in there amidst the meat.
I'd pick it up and look at it.
What does Fulton see?
Fulton sees. He's on a throne. He's looking amongst the stacks. He has a footstool, but this is a footstool of a naked man. The throne,
Made of naked men?
yeah, the throne is made out of
Like
meat.
bits of them?
No, and just a naked man. Like,
like an
on
alive
all
naked
fours.
person.
Yeah. He's on all
God,
fours.
for a second there.
And the throne is made out of meat. He's got a throne that's like made out of like fingers.
A crown.
Yeah, a crown. Sorry,
Crown of fingers?
A crown of fingers.
Throne of fingers.
Do you mean like chocolate fingers? Because that'd be more Fulton, really.
Are they like human fingers?
Yeah, a bit odds and sods, really.
Odds and
Thumbs,
some
couple of
orcish
thumbs,
fingers,
couple of noses in there.
Yeah.
goblin fingers.
Yeah.
But they're all fingers.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
as he stands up, kicks the guy away. The guy goes to the back of the wall and just stands there. He approaches. He walks out onto the balcony and looks over amongst the stacks. And there's thousands and thousands of people there. I've not thought about this. Thousands of people going, "All hail the king! The king!"
I feel this is one of those occasions where you've very much switched over into your own personal fantasies. Putting your feet on naked men and wearing a crown of chocolate fingers.
He then gets a purse of gold out of his.
Fucking hell, it's not a sitcom, mate. Jesus. What are you angling for?
Next really comes
Syndication. Oh my God. HBO are listening, apparently. So, just put some more dicks in it, mate, and it'll be fine.
And then he throws it down and then he goes, "Fight for me!" And then they all start fighting. And that's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Holy moly.
That's one of the futures.
lordy.
It's one of the multiverse of Fulton.
Well, you're all kind of... Because you've got a few of
Wait,
these.
does Shania get to see her?
Shania can...
Shania,
I'm
here you
just-
go.
Yeah, all right, okay. No, it's all right. Carry on with what
I
you
was
say.
giving you a minute to write your script.
It's all right. No, I'm going to keep it quite small.
Okay, good.
I have something prepared. Unfolds.
Funny
a
you
big
should
paper,
say
yeah.
that.
If anybody had a paper sound effect.
Because you're getting to this point. You've got 4 shards now, and you know that the end result of this, once you have them all, is an item that grants that which you desire above all things. So it is natural that it's going to start to provoke these thoughts. Shania, you see your three friends are all kind of passing these shards around and looking at them a little longer than just kind of than they have before. You've never carried one of the shards for a while. You've just kind of seen them being handled. But yeah, by the looks of it, Velda now has 3 and Fulton has 1.
We should.
Would you like to do anything, Shania, as you see everyone?
I was gonna lead it to so.
Oh,
that
okay, go for it.
Go on then.
Let it do its thing.
Well, I was just gonna say we should split them up.
My arm.
Velda, you should give one to Shania so that we all have one. Just and separate them.
I was actually going to suggest that somebody else holds it rather than you, Fulton, because you did manage to lose this shard.
Yeah, it was not my fault. They were just very convincing.
Oh, it wasn't my fault.
Yes.
Oh, my name's Fulton. You should know.
I think that could have happened to any one of us. Okay,
You've got
it was
3.
most likely to happen to
Yes.
Fulton, but
Yeah, give one to Shania.
I think this is a good plan. I think if everyone has one,
Give one to me.
then that's.
I'm cautious about this. I
I?
think it's good not to keep them all together, but I don't think we should all carry one.
Well,
Why not?
You carry 2. Give one to Shania.
But what
And
about?
Bubba.
Yeah, give
I
it to
feel
me,
like
because
Bubba
we're
should have-
Why
the
do you want to
magic
carry the
people.
shard?
Just trust us, Velda.
okay.
No,
Me
I
and
don't
Caragor
trust you
can
at
share.
all.
We
I
don't
don't
We're
trust you
friends.
in any sort of. Literally, the last time these two were separated, we lost one.
But we got it back.
I kept
We
hold
got-
of the shards all the way time because I'm not going to be led about some
Do you
gullible
want all
demon.
the shards? Is that what you want?
No, I think.
But it sounds like that's what you want. Is that what you want, Velda?
No, that's if you listen.
Then gives you fucking shards out.
No.
No.
I think you should hang them over.
I don't think it's a good idea. No, keep one separate, but I don't think it's a good idea handing them out because you literally lost one.
What's the point in one person carrying two?
Wait. What is your reason? No, you're saying he lost one. What is your actual reason for not giving them to us?
He lost one.
No,
literally,
he lost one.
Literally,
I did not lose one.
No, I know.
Baba did not lose one. Caragor did not lose one. He lost one. Okay.
Yes, so why don't you hang on to it?
What?
Why don't you hang on to it? That's why I said I don't want him holding one, but I'm happy to somebody else hold it.
So why should you have two?
Why won't you? You don't want to give up the other one.
They were separated, and the one that was separated from me got lost. And it led to all of this problem.
You make it sound like you are the perfect shard keeper.
I mean,
I've been keeping all the shards.
No, I don't want all the shards. I think they should be kept separately because we're all together as well.
Then
I'm not sure
give
what
one
actually happened
away.
if they were.
Can you prove to me that you can give one away?
But we have given one away. You're literally holding it.
What? No, you haven't given it to me.
Oh, haven't you given it to her?
No, you see, this is what the fuck are you talking
Well,
about?
give her your piece of shard because I don't trust Fulton. This is all about me not trusting Fulton.
Fine.
Who literally led this thing.
And this is about me not trusting you.
Why? What are you basing that on?
I'm basing it on the fact that you don't seem to want to give them up.
No, because you literally lost one.
I did not lose one.
No, he did.
For
the purposes of
we are
radio,
not getting
I'm
anywhere.
pointing at Fulton.
We're not getting anywhere here. Okay,
look, just look at the
You're
shot.
being very bloody minded. Okay,
Look.
if you don't care, if you don't have a special attachment to all three, then give one to Baba or give one to
Baba's
me.
rolled a 19 on a thievery check, and I just take it from the bag that Fulton's holding.
Oh, perception check for Fulton then.
So what's going on?
Just to kind of just to
Move
put it
this
in.
on.
Yeah,
I just don't think you.
Natural 20.
Oh, Fulton, without even looking, you just grab Bubba. You catch his friendly claw in your backpack.
You didn't say the magic word.
Listen, I was just trying to
Bubba.
move this along.
Bubba, were you trying to steal the shard from his bag?
No, I was just going to go and hold it and say, look, I've got one now, put it in my back pocket, give one to Shania, let's go.
I don't think you're quite getting how incredibly dangerous and powerful these things are. They are magic items, unsurprising.
I mean, exactly.
Then why did Fulton give it away? That's why I don't want to give his away. If you hold one, you're literally... Stop, let me speak. If you all hold a piece, you're all directly responsible, and any one of you could be duped, or you could lose it, or you could die.
And if you lose,
So
you
could
get
you.
duped, you
if
lose
there's
all
one
three.
bag here with most of the pieces in and one shard so then all together, that's fine. That's at least accountable. But the thing is, I've been holding on to these shards quite happily for all this time.
Okay, that's
they are
fine.
not trinkets. They are
That's
not
fine.
trinkets.
We know.
You literally just tried to steal his bag.
Yeah, to move us along.
This is the
Fulton's
reason.
just like using it to pick out some meat from the steak.
This is the reason.
You can see Jam staring at it from across the room, just his eyes glazed over.
For all the reasons that you have just said, is the reason that we should all have a piece. We should all collectively be responsible for these things, okay? If one person is looking after lots of them...
He takes the shards out, all of them, and puts them on the floor and walks off.
All three of them?
All three of them.
For fuck's sake. Here, she gives one to
Apparently you
Baba.
don't trust me, so fuck you.
It's not that we don't trust.
She gives one to Caragor. And she takes one for herself. And everyone else has got one except for Moody Pants.
Caragor immediately transforms into a Dark Lord.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
As you kind of as you finish handing them out, Shania, you realize you remember somebody else, and you look across the room to the middle of the room where Philippe is just standing hunched over, just clutching his wrist, the stump of his wrist.
He's lost his hand.
Can you tell me everything that happened? I can't remember any of it.
Philippe had, well, he still has a thumb. Philippe had basically had half his hand cut off with all four of his fingers. So he has been healed his hit point damage, but he's still missing a hand.
That was part of a crit, wasn't it?
That was a crit by Edie. Where Edie had these two huge scimitars, and he tried to block it with his hand, and she just went straight through the hand. So he is looking. He's looking. I mean, probably worryingly for Shania. He's looking fragile for the first. He's not being bullshit. He looks hurt. He looks like he looks shaken up.
Okay, I mean, I'm assuming that when I healed him, I also, wrapped his hand up and all
Yeah,
that
you
kind of stuff,
you bandage
right?
him up. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so-
he's kind of, he's missing a hand. So
Yeah.
he's very much,
I mean,
it's not so much a physical injury, but he is like,
Yeah.
because he's been the invincible monkey. Like he's been the bulwark of this group for so long. Like as much as Fulton, in a lot of times he's been there holding it, and suddenly, and he just got dropped. He ran into it and he got leveled in this fight. So he's, you get.
well, that's something that I think Shania will, have to sensitively deal with at another point.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously she's worried about it, but I don't think that this is the moment when she's going to chat to him about it.
Very good.
So we'll save that.
Do you want some?
Wait, he wants to look in the shard, don't you?
Yeah.
Finally, after that whole 10 minutes of like trying to
Can I
get
do
the
that,
shard
or-
to Shania, and then he doesn't even look.
Don't care, don't know. Oh yeah.
I'm going to Faramir it. I would not pick this up if I saw it on the wayside. Very well. You look into the shard just before you put it away, just out of interest. Like, how is Shania desperate to look in it? Is she like, I just want to see what the fuss is about? Is she?
No. I mean, the reason that she wanted the shards because she wanted it to be a collective responsibility.
Okay.
In the way, because like it feels unfair for one person to have that burden.
That makes sense, but like she could
That
take
was
it and
fine.
stick it in her bag, but she knows something has happened when people have looked into them. So what is it that what is it that makes her want to look into it? What drives her to want to see this?
To want to know why everyone else was looking. It's
absolutely
very
fair.
Simple. Yeah.
Why don't you tell us what Shania sees when she looks?
Shania sees herself. But it's dark. She can't see very well. She's covered in shrouds, and she's holding a body and crying, but she can't tell who it is or when or where it is. But it looks horrendous, like something bad happened.
Darkest timeline. Velda, as you kind of get back down the stairs, walking over them, you kind of come back into the room where you fought the gnomes and some of the guards, where you found the ruins of the curse breaker and the alchemical golem came past. And your foot kind of bumps against one of the dead gnomes, which you haven't really searched in any of the bodies along the way, and you see a wand sticking out of the gnome's belt as you pick it up. Pick it up and have a little look at it, and you have a wand.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, wand.
You've got a few wands.
I've got a few wands.
Yes.
Yes.
You have another wand.
Can I do a knowledge arcana?
Yes, give us a knowledge arcana. Meanwhile, Bubba, you find...
it's a natural 20.
Oh, lovely. I'll tell you exactly what it is then. Bubba, as well as this on Edie's body, you find what looks like the hilt of a sword with a button on it, amongst Edie's things.
Okay.
It's carved with kind of strange symbols, Nexian symbols.
Press the button.
Well, first I'll tell Velda what he has got. Velda, you have found the wand of noisome acid.
Okay.
The wand of noisome acid is it is a greasy stick. When held and focused, it emits a horrible stench and an ear-piercing screech, and it casts a level 4 acid arrow.
Oh, wow.
It can be. In addition, anyone who takes damage from it must succeed in a fortitude save or become sickened 1. With a reminder for wands can be used once a day. If you want to use it a second time, you can overcharge it, in which case you make a flat check. If you fail the flat check, then the wand breaks, basically.
Yeah.
So once per day safely, and you can use it again if you want to. But yes, the wand of noisome acid.
The wand of noisome acid. Excellent.
And if you like, Club, you can search the rest of this because there's quite a lot. You've basically
Let's do
blitzed
that.
through every room,
Well,
so you
yeah,
can
yeah.
search the whole.
Yeah, I mean,
place.
well, because Velda's stormed off anyway, so he
Yeah.
starts just searching the nose.
Okay,
and
you
whatever
all
else.
have a bit of a search. I'll quickly go to Bubba beforehand. Do you want to do anything with this object you found, or
I rolled an Arcana check. It was 17.
a 17? You're not sure
Not
what
sure.
this does based on that.
Okay, in that case, oh dear, does he just press the button at this stage? What do you reckon, Club? Should Bubba just press the button on this sword and see what the fuck happens?
Yeah, go on then.
The club have spoken.
You were never going to get any other answer from this table.
No, absolutely not.
Bubba holds the sword high in the air and just presses the button with his eyes closed.
You hear a... And those of you who are standing around, you see a long tendril of slime shoot up out of the hilt and then flop over to the side. And Bubba, after a moment, his hand is holding a long slimy whip out the end of the stick. This long snotty tendril kind of
What the
flops around.
fuck is that?
All right.
It's
Can I
snot
just
whip.
one of the dead bodies and see what happens?
You whip one of the dead bodies. The body kind of skitters across the floor as you whip it, as you hit it with the force of the whip. And it cuts a section of it. It looks like it's pretty sharp.
Oh, blimey, look at this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a bit tired, are you?
Yeah, I fighted all day.
Yeah, fighted,
Yeah, I fighted.
Give me an attack roll, Bubba. Let's see
Yeah, okay.
how you how well you attack with it.
No, it wasn't a great attack. It was only a 20.
A 20.
Right.
Okay. You hit it and then instinctively go back into your normal kind of combat pose.
Yeah.
And as you do, what is Bubba's normal weapon? What does he use?
Rapier.
Use a rapier.
Well, actually, I'm in a battle axe as well. So yeah, I've got those two. Because of my banjolele.
The banjolele is probably what you'd use. Yeah. So as you pull the whip back, you look over to it and you see the slime has formed into the shape of a lute with an axe on it.
To the loot with an axe on it. Seriously.
And you kind of look at it for a moment, and your concentration fades, and it slops back into the shape of a whip.
Oh.
You try again for a moment, and you manage to reform it into a banjolele. And then you try again, you can reform it into a rapier.
This changes. Look at this. Look at this. Can I try and change it into like a harmonica?
It fails to turn into a harmonica.
No, it won't turn into a harmonica. But look. And
What about a sword made of harmonicas?
I change it. Yeah, right. I change it into a lute, and then I change it into a. Well, I don't
It only changes into like because your lute with has an axe on it, so it changes into that.
To the banjolele.
You try.
Okay,
You seem to be able to change it into weapons, but not kind of mundane objects. You manage to change it into a sword that looks a bit like a harmonica, and when you swing it, it makes a kind of harmonica noise.
So look, I can turn this into a whip, or I can turn it into a sword.
Is it
like a
any
rapier.
weapon?
Say again.
Is it any weapon?
No, just like a banjolele axe.
So you can't turn it into me, because I'm a weapon.
I'll try and turn it into Fulton.
It fails completely.
But no, it won't turn into you, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
I'm a weapon, though.
If I concentrate, can I turn it back into the whip?
Yes, you can. So if you stop concentrating, it just turns back into a whip. But if you focus, you find that you can turn it into the shape of any weapon.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So and as you kind of test it on things, you see it does like it moves between like bludgeoning damage, slashing damage, depending on what you turn it into.
Nice.
And mechanics wise, it is a +1 striking weapon.
A +1 striking weapon.
It is a very nice weapon. It's called the Slime Whip. It's a lovely piece of kit, that.
Slime
Whip.
Slime whip.
I will call this the Slimy Whip.
It's a good name.
Isn't it a snot whip?
I could call it a snot whip.
Snotty whip.
I might just call it Whippy. Mr. Whippy.
Mr. Whippy.
Unless it turns into a sword, and then it's Mr. Swordy. Or Mr. Banjolani Axie. And you get the idea. No.
Gosh, right. Let's give some treasure out to the rest of you. And Kaplan's going nuts. Kaplan
loves
loves
that
a
whip.
treasure episode. All right. Meanwhile, the rest of everyone is kind of searching the building while this is happening. Fulton, you find in very Fulton style. Fulton comes back with 8 +1 striking battle axes. I'm going to give you the list of this in a minute, but Fulton just comes out laden with battle axes.
I've got a battle axe elixir for days.
Juggle them. Oh no, he's done a Philippe. Too soon.
I was about to give him a hand.
You're lucky Shania wasn't in the room when you said that.
You also find Shania, while you're searching around, you move a flagstone down in one of the lower rooms, and you find a small box that contains a load of alchemical reagents, some doses of poison, some potions of acid resistance, some elixirs of life. God, they'd have been good to have a little while ago. I'm going to give you a spreadsheet with all of this on it, so
Okay.
nice to let the listeners know.
So we don't have to broil
exactly.
it up.
And I've also broken down like how much it's all worth for if you want to sell it.
Yay.
So you've got a whole load of this stuff. You also find Fulton. You also find a shield, and you find a small talisman shaped like a knot, which can be affixed to a weapon. Which an Arcana check would be able to tell you, tell any member of the party what that is.
Velda.
Yes.
You stop being moody now.
No.
Oh, can you look at this? What is it?
Not Arcana.
It's an Arcana. Tell us what it is.
12.
12.
29.
A 29. I will quite happily say that this is known as a murderer's knot. So it is a talisman. Talismans are one-use magic items. You affix them to a piece of equipment and then they're used along with it. So this is affixed to a weapon, and when you are and when it's used, when it's used when you land a hit with the weapon. You can activate the talisman. The knot will undo, and the person who took the hit will take 1d6 persistent bleed damage. This is a one-use.
So is it after you hit?
Yeah. So if you hit someone, you can just say, "And I'll use the talisman."
Nice.
Free action, and the talisman will add a bonus to that one attack, and then it's done.
Yeah, it's a talisman.
Oh, Tallyman.
Yes.
Tallyman.
Shit didn't beat it.
Velda will give you a bit of stuff as well as you're searching the lower levels. First thing you find is the pool of water in the energy room, the room where Fulton was running up and down all the time. That you walk past, you kind of taste it a little bit and look at it, and you realise that this water has healing properties, which is they seem to go inert almost immediately upon being taken. Like you take a flask out and take it away, it just turns into water. But it has that. Pretty useless now, but
That would have been really fucking useful.
Really useful.
Yeah.
Would have found that on the way.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's good.
And then you go out to the ruins of what was once a library. This is where you fought a couple of... It was like a room full of trash when you came here when the frogs were here. And you crawled through the pile of you crawled through the pile of trash, and you kind of do a bit of rooting through it. Most of the books have long since turned to mulch, but you find a box, and when you open the box up, there's a very old and dusty looking book in there, which you managed to translate. The title of the book is called "Folding Space to Touch the Void." You flip through it. It does not appear to be magical, but it is very old, and it has sort of gold filigree on the side. It looks like it's a pretty valuable book.
Love an old dusty book. I'll just read and then I'll flog it.
Book. So you've got all of that stuff, and I'll remind you also, because I went back through the adventure and had a look at some of the other stuff, you've still got silver necklaces, gold bracelets, ivory chest pieces, slither-bound stones, emeralds, a breastplate, and a bunch of blood-stained platinum necklaces. That's all treasure that you've picked up along the way that is worth money.
Don't even remember where we found how much that shit. But there we go. It's good we got it.
You haven't been... even in game, like we talk about kind of how long stuff is real world versus how long it is for the characters. These characters have not slept in a bed for like 2 weeks. Like since you left for Holy Zatrumba, you've been out on the road, sleeping on the floor in the jungle. Then you've been fighting your way through a demon-infested city, and then you've been trekking all the way back, chasing the Cursebreaker, and then you fought for your lives. So you just haven't stopped in ages. So you're kind of just now starting to open your bags and look at all of this stuff that you've come through. And this is this probably feels like the first time that you've stopped for this whole time and had a moment's rest. As you kind of Velda, as you kind of finish packing up the book, the others come down the stairs. Philippe following behind, kind of with piles of stuff. Fulton with his pile of axes.
I've been thinking. Right, sorry, we got a bit heated earlier. Yeah, I think we're all a bit stressed out. Don't you think?
I'm tired. Yeah.
I think we should go. Is there like a spa around here? Can we go to a spa? Can we like cash in all this stuff that we've got, all this treasure? I mean, and then we'll go and relax for a couple of days.
A spa?
I mean,
yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
You're going to love it, right? What you go down there. They they do a little bit on your talons, like they sort of do a little manicure on your talons. They massage you. You have a little bath. You have mud baths.
A bath in mud.
Yeah, it's great.
That sounds like it makes you dirtier.
No, it's nice. It's nice. And then they like wash you down. Don't go into to the funny room, but like they're good. They're nice. You have a swim.
Wait, so
are you
funny
sure?
room.
A steam room.
Oh, well, I mean, this sounds a lovely idea, but we should probably check to see if the slithering is actually gone.
Oh yeah, we'll do that first.
Yes,
obviously.
because the sitting room, we might turn everyone to jelly.
This is very important. We should go and we should check in with whoever the fuck hired us for this job.
Sheriff Velde.
Who's that?
I don't remember.
Give it a few episodes and that will actually be correct.
Yeah.
You're going back to there. Okay, so you're loaded up.
Is it all search this place?
You clear this place out. Like you search all of the bodies. You go. You turn every flagstone over.
Find
you
a wheelbarrow to put everything in.
You do the kind of one the equivalent of taking 20. You take your time and you.
We've got a couple of bags of holding. I've got one. You've got one.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a bag of holding?
No.
I can't remember, but yeah.
Be able to buy some with all of this. Load up on all of the different bits. So let's just do a check-in. So I just need to check. So currently, Fulton has a shard, Bubba has a shard, Shania has a shard. Velda threw all of his shards on the floor.
Well, Caragor has a shard.
Caragor has a shard.
Has
there
shard.
We go. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's fine. Just so we know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I gave it to Caragor.
Very wise.
Who's being very quiet?
He's being very quiet.
He's just staring into it.
Constantly staring and stroking it.
Staring into it and seeing a future where this loot is easy to distribute evenly among all of them. So you kind of come back downstairs and pick up all of your stuff. What do you want to do next? What's the plan?
Should we head into town?
Yeah, let's check and see if what we were trying to do has happened.
Yes. Depending on what time it is, we could probably head back to our inn. Do you remember we were staying somewhere?
Oh, we probably owed him a bit of money, didn't we?
We probably did a bit. Well, I mean, Shania owes the money because she paid for breakfast. We didn't bother for the special.
Was that the place with the frog?
Breakfast, yeah.
What?
Was that the place with the frog?
No, that was a trash pile in here.
There was a frog, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was in here.
He was sleeping in the water in the bath in the beer.
That was the brewery that was then trashed. No, we're not going back there. That was a silly place.
Where is that?
Yeah.
That's not far from here, actually.
Where are we?
Let's just go back to our inn.
Can I do a thing to see if I remember the person who...
You don't need to. I'm not going to make you ever do that again.
That's all right.
That was a funny joke once. Councilwoman Mumme.
Councilwoman. I think Councilwoman. We should go to see Councilwoman.
Yeah, she was paying us. We were getting a day rate and some per diems.
Hey,
she owes us a bit of money.
We've done like 2 weeks.
3 weeks, I think.
Is it?
I've lost count because it's
been a long time.
I can't remember what the fuck is going on.
We should also visit Dr. Legs, that guy, and see how the victims of if anyone's changed in the hospital.
I thought she's dead.
She died.
She died.
Did she die?
Is Dr. Leg alive?
Is Dr. Legs alive? Dr. Legs was perfectly healthy when you left her surgery. Yes. I mean, I'm not ruling anything out.
Why do we think
been a couple of weeks.
I don't know. I just thought she was dead.
Yeah, she was all right because we got some info and then left.
We should probably see if there's how the victims are doing.
Right, let's go and see.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the victims
and
are
also,
dead.
I assume that. Let's go to town. How about we go to town?
Yeah, let's
go to town. Can we skip on the way? Arm in arm.
So you
no. Oh, okay.
We skip into
Fuck
town.
you all.
We skip into town. Sing it.
Philippe looks really depressed.
That's why I wanted to skip. Why don't you say these things out loud? I'm trying to cheer up.
Sorry, he doesn't speak English, does he?
He loves skipping. He understands perfectly well.
Philippe's just looking at you. Like,
That's why I said not hold hands,
Look,
but link arms.
He does sign like. Oh,
Wait a minute, this whole thing, you've been able to understand us.
he's looking at you as if to say, "What's English?"
Yeah, that's what I thought. You want to go, bro? Yeah, that's right.
He tries to flip you off and then just looks at his hands and he's like, "Oh."
We'll get you a new
joking.
hat.
I'm
That's
joking.
it. Philip,
Justin.
don't listen to them.
We should buy him a hat. We should get him a hat. We'll get him a proper hat.
Get
I'm
him
not
like
even
a
being silly.
gauntlet.
Yeah.
Just let's not talk about it right now.
golden
okay?
hand.
We
Like
can-
a
we can
mace,
ju-
like one of the, like.
Shut the fuck up! Okay? Oh, poor monkey.
I wish I lost
There's a
my
lot of
hand.
healing to do here. Just let's. Can we please skip it to town?
Okay, let's
Thank you.
Where are we skipping?
Arm in arm into town. Into
Camera
the
boy,
place.
lead
You've
the
just
way.
been saying into town. We're going to a big place. It's a city.
Town. Yeah, but that's why we're going into town.
So
we're
we're
in
gonna-
the city. We are already currently
We're
in
going
the
to
city.
skip
and
past-
Why do you have to make everything so fucking difficult, Felder?
I mean,
For God's sake!
We're
All right,
we're
fine.
skipping
Off we
towards the
We
centre.
tried to find a place to
Come on,
go,
go on.
didn't we?
Go on,
Okay,
off
I
we
was
skip.
like, oh, we got to see Mummy. And then someone says, oh no, we should go see the legs. Oh no, we should see if there are people dying. Let's just go to fucking town, and then we can do all those things. You piece of shit. Is that okay?
yes, off you go.
Yeah, I'm
skip.
going. I'm skipping now.
Goodbye.
Really angrily. Should I take Philippe by the arm? Like, you know, they go arm in arm and they skip angrily and sadly to the town.
I mean, when she's just out of earshot, Belle's like, but we're in a city, and we're already in the city. Do you see
she meant
why
in
I'm
the middle
confused?
of the city.
I think she meant the city centre, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I just got a bit confused.
You gotta
really.
take the
I mean,
underpass.
literally, skipping into town means we're not in the town, and it's a city anyway. I just a bit confused.
I mean, splitting hairs a little bit, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm so tired.
I tell you what, he's splitting hands into two because
Look,
Shania
stop
is
with the
your-
hand gags already. Like, what the fuck? Philip's going to pull off your head with his one remaining hand.
he doesn't speak English. It's
We
fine.
could get him a hand with like the kung fu grip,
I
so we
can't
could
wait to
interchange
see
weapons
it.
and stuff. I think it'd be
Are
cool.
you guys coming of all?
Skipping.
Yeah, we're just skipping now. Skippity skip.
She really lost it there, didn't she?
Hey.
The number of times I've leaned into this mic to say, so you get to town. It's just been like, whoa, we're not at town yet. And I'm like, oh, okay.
We're nearly at the end
doing a bit
now as
more.
well. Like, yeah.
So as you give me perception checks.
Oh,
everyone,
yay.
as you're making your way. as you're
Oh, it's a
discussing
natural one. No,
natural one.
Velda
Velda
notices
sees nothing.
nothing.
17.
17,
25.
a 25 for Shania.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well,
at
it's
all.
3, but
I literally got nothing.
Nothing. He's got my eyes fall out of my head.
I see nothing.
You, Shania, as you are skipping down the road, you sort of turn around to see if everyone's if everyone's keeping up to you as they're kind of gradually starting to shuffle along behind you. Fulton is near at the back, and against the wall behind him, you see the shadow of an enormous spider crawling up behind Fulton. You see one of its long, hairy legs stretching out.
Can I shout?
Fulton, yes, you can.
Fulton, look out behind you. There's a giant spider.
Oh, don't stop.
He's not going to fall for that.
Oh, shit.
He turned. Go on.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You turn.
He sort of freezes, laughs a little bit, but then you can start to see like sweat just pouring down from him. And then he slowly looks around.
You slowly look around, and the spider leg retracts and turns into a hand. And as you turn around, you turn and look into the spider-like face of Dr. Legs as she turns back into her humanoid form. So she's like a person, but with a hairy body. She has 2 legs, 2 arms, but her face looks like that of a spider. Like she has a kind of spider's face with 8 eyes.
And she can turn her hands into
She can turn into a spider. That is part of the Anadi. In fact, that is her true form. She forces herself to be in this form to be able to speak to people. And she reappears then and says, "Is it over?"
Fulton goes, "Yeah," and just throws up all down himself.
Well, we were actually going to ask you the same question.
Yeah,
is it done?
I mean, we did what we were supposed to do, but I don't know. Has it been effective?
I was at my surgery, trying to tend to some of the patients. It was getting out of control. We were losing so many of them, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, they all got better.
That was us.
That was us. We did that.
What? Just like that?
It was as if it was just purged from them in a moment. They were violently sick, and then it just sort of fell from their bodies. The Matangi here brought me here. They said that they knew you were here, that you were working on something.
Oh, hello, Matangi.
The group of orcs that you met earlier step out of the shadows as well, led by Drugsy Malone.
Drugsy!
They've got free Hugs guy with them.
Drugsy and Hugsy. All right.
Drugsy's like, my friends. I knew that when the doctor said what had happened, I knew that it had to be you. Tell me, is it true? Is Kibwe safe?
Yeah.
Yes, it should be.
To our knowledge,
so.
I mean, we did our duty. That's what we did.
Duty.
Well, then I'm proud to stand here staring at the heroes of Kibwe.
Do we get a crown?
Call us that. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Is there 6 crowns? Sorry, Caragor.
Do you know what?
6 crowns?
I've got to say, no, don't. I'm not a crown sort of person.
Well,
but
I can
it can all get a bit out of hand. You can sell? Oh, can you?
Yeah. Well, 5 of us will wear crowns.
Yeah,
and you can be the one without a crown.
I could do a circlet. A circlet might be quite nice. Anyway, do you know what? It was really, 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 really hard. Really hard, this question. We're not going to lie. We're not one for bragging, but my God, this was
the hardest one we've done.
Do you know what? We're proud to have helped, and we're so glad that it's gone, because it was really, I was getting tired of fighting blobs.
Hey,
I don't
we
feel
are
like
glad
a hero
to save
now.
you for a monetary exchange.
And I'm sure the city will be happy to provide this. Come, let's clean up that incredible amount of sick that is down your front.
Could you,
That's a great
Dr.
idea.
Lex, do you have any sunglasses? Because just...
Dr. Lex,
He's like, let me see if I can see what's wrong with you. Open your mouth. And
No, I think it's very best.
And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
just before we do, can Shania ask Dr. Lex, please, Phil, you look...
Yeah, we can do that, Rob.
monkey.
That's
do
what
that.
next week's about.
Hey, Dr. Legs.
And we're never playing this game again.
Dr. Legs.
Next week.
Dr. Legs.
Dr.
I
Legs.
just want to save my monkey.
As I live and breathe, that episode was crazy. This week's episode was made possible by our patrons, but especially our Dangerling of the Week, Davisaurus. Thank you, Davisaurus. To get your name on the show, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. Davisaurus. Davisaurus.